Dreamers Welcome Podcast.
Dreamers Welcome Podcast. We are back in the building in the Dreamers Den. I go by CEO PESO. I'm blessed and highly favored, man. Hope y'all feeling good, and I hope y'all feel better after this one. My G, my homie, my mentor, somebody that put me on game a long time ago. I think I shot one of his first couple. I don't know if it was the first.
It was something like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't the first, but it was one of the first.
But he was the one coming through, director of photography, and giving me all these damn names and,
the titles to shit.
But luckily, but luckily I was blessed to be around, like, when I was around the greats with it, like, I already understand some of the sayings that they were saying, because it just was like, damn, my man's said that shit like a minute ago, but it didn't make sense because I was coming up. But please introduce yourself for these people.
Man, I'm G Field, man. You know what I'm saying? They call me Garfield. They call me Field, man. I'm damn near like a Diddy with this shit because I have the many monikers, man, that I have been, just been attached to my real name. But I go by G Field. You know what I mean? The infamous, the extraordinaire, like Peso the extraordinaire.
G Field, yeah. I remember that. Yo, shouts out, man. Shouts out to one nigga Bees, man. He gave me that extraordinaire name. He actually had just dropped it randomly on a record, and I'm like, I don't know how to spell extraordinary yet, but I'm like, I'm about to just run with that shit. But yeah, man, we got G Field in here.
Yep.
Long awaited. It always makes sense when it's time to make sense, man. I feel like if we did this earlier, we wouldn't have had so much to talk about.
Right.
Purpose with it, like some more. You've been going through some things. You've been like going through life, and I feel like now, man, I feel like this is more informal for people of like, everybody know you as just like a charismatic person with your demeanor and everything, but I feel like this one is like, let's tap in a little bit of deeper stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm all for that, man. It really ain't nothing. It ain't really nothing off limits with me. That's what the podcast is for people to be able to gravitate towards you and who you are and what's going on with you in your game. So that's what we're here for, man. First of all, let me say I'm digging the spot. You know what I'm saying? I said that when I first
Moves Media, the spot.
Say that on camera. I'm digging the spot, and it's giving me some ideas to draw from for my own platform that I'm working on right now. Man, y'all know when I say I'm working on some shit, I always come with it. Don't forget it. Sometimes it just take time with the grind. Time take money, and money take time. You know what I'm saying? That's how this shit be.
Absolutely, man. But man, so man, what's up, man? Like I said, I appreciate you. So just for the basic get down, man, for the people who don't know who G Field is, a little bit of your background, man. Where you from? Where you was raised at? How's your upbringing? As you was growing up.
My upbringing was just kind of like almost typical. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the 80s, kind of like born in 78. I'm an OG for real. So I say that to say, I'm from the inner city, west side, Dayton View. Grew up in the hillside / Dayton View. Dayton View for real, but my mama stayed in the HIL double for a minute, and I tried that with mama. But I always been like close to both of my grandparents, and both of them had property in Dayton View, and I spent a lot of my time there. You know what I mean? So going swimming at Princeton. I mean, riding our bikes, getting the free lunches at Princeton in the back. So that's where I come from. Now, what I'm standing for, man. I've been involved in music. I've been involved in multimedia. Like I'm here at a media company right now. People always tell me like, man, you need your own podcast. You need this, you need that. But by me being the type of person that I am, I'm very detail oriented and I'm very intricate. So I really don't like things to be like loose or just done on the fly.
Like half done, half assed.
Yeah. I don't like to come half cocked. I like to come all the way, let a nigga get his wig rocked.
Just for me to interject real quick, because that was something that I was very adamant on as well. Like when I first started doing engineering or videography, like I just wanted to come out the gate like, no, like this ain't even though I'm an amateur starting it, but I had to learn everything to make sure like I ain't about to come out like, do he think he know what he doing or does he know what he doing?
Yeah, you really don't. What it is with me, it's like this, man. Even with everything that I do, man, from my music to the graphic design that will represent the music, to the clothing, to the merch. Like this is not my first trip around the block with the merch, but I have a very different reason why I'm into merch now, and me and Peso are gonna talk about that later on into the podcast.
I don't know if this is my pod or his, but
oh man, it's his pod. It's his pod.
Nah,
Look, it's his pod, but guess what you can do, man? You can call me the pod father.
Woo! Oh damn! Why did not think of the pod father? Shit, bro. All right, you heard it first, man.
Why bother when you got the pod father?
I can't.
So like we want, but what he said, he want everything. He want all his T's to be crossed and all his I's to be properly dotted.
There you go.
So that's the thing.
Now at this point, man, at this point, bro, I'm dotting my T's and crossing my I's. I do what I want.
Yeah, and that's what
it is.
That's why I'm here, man. You know what I'm saying? We here at a time, and I'm in a comfortable spot, man. And like I said, I'm so glad. But see, me and Peso go so far back because what Peso don't realize, one day he was in Atlanta around one of my brothers, Steve Moore. Shout out to my brother Steve Moore.
Steve Blindhead Dread.
Out recording.
Yeah.
Studio's own situation.
Shouts out to Steve, man.
And he's working on TV shows right now. He's working on sports.
No, he would. Yeah, I would say he would. Is it ESPN or?
Well, he kind of like floating.
Yeah.
Wherever he wanted, wherever they want him at.
But
wherever they want him at. And and my brother getting that bag. And guess what he said? Hey, Phil, if you want to, I'm going to turn you on to where you can come and get you some money. And he told me some other things about what he do, but I don't want to put all that out there. But he's doing what he loves and getting what he loves.
But let me say though, man, Steve was somebody that definitely put me on a lot of the games too, because he was just like he was like, he told me one thing that stood out the most. He was like, bro, I can never be broke because I'm surrounded by so many niggas that got money. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I mean, everybody hits like a low point, but when you surrounded by people that's gonna make sure like you stay up, he like, bro, I can never be broke.
Yeah, and
your talent and what you provide, he's an asset,
and he's not sitting around. What happens is, okay, we want to put this out there. What happens is people always be like, well, hire my brother, or why you ain't put him on, or whatever. This is the thing that we have to realize as individuals, as entrepreneurs, as people that's in place to do business. You have to be qualified. Okay, to do what you need to be doing and what you want to do.
Right.
Let's say that a person want to do a podcast. You just come out with your podcast and get your guests, or you just build it up. You have to build it up. You have to record some things. Keep putting it out there. You have to
understand your flaws. Understand.
Yeah, exactly.
I ain't gonna lie. The first couple pods I did before I even put out my first podcast, and this is gems for y'all as well. I recorded myself. Shouts out to my man Rome because he was with me. And I recorded probably like 3 or 4 episodes just to see like, how do I sound? How do I want to sound? What's my demeanor on the camera? What's my angle? You know what I mean? And that's a lot of things that, you know, people need to understand. Like, it looks so easy, but at the same time, it's the visual point of like why you want to click and watch it is like, how do they look? What makes it like, you know what I mean? How does it sound? You know what I mean? Like, some people get it across differently, but when you come through sophisticated with the sound and quality, even with the videography. Like, I remember our first video, shouts out to Ice Attack. I was gonna call him on here too, but shouts out to Icy though, because you know you had the record with him and y'all
that's my guy.
I'm a phone him in, but it just was a dope thing though, where I seen how you came in like so intricate of like this how I want this and this how I want this, and this was like what 10, 11 years ago?
Yeah, it was some years back. We need to actually look at that, man. And I'm trying to get him to do some video work for me now, which is not going to be a quote unquote music video. However, because he been shooting movies and shit down in Atlanta. I'm talking about
shouts out to Marseille.
Theaters. Yeah, he been fucking with your
Jason.
I was gonna say Kelly Price, but
Kelly Rowland.
Kelly Rowland.
Shouts out to
with one of Destiny's Child's former members.
Shouts out to shouts out to Maury Hardwick, aka what y'all know him as is Ghost.
Y'all know him as Ghost, man.
He took me under his wing.
All the Big Hat Brothers. Now I was gonna say some more because this wasn't a name dropping ceremony. Okay. We on here with everything real, nothing artificial, fake or phony, like the turkey bologna. So I'm gonna give him his flowers while we sitting right here. But working with Jason, you know what I'm saying? I got my hustle up and different other straight the goddamn it, straight independent.
Matter of fact, yeah, because shouts out to Jason because I remember he was like, bro, we got to get filled in there, and we actually got you in the movie.
Let's talk about that.
We got you in the movie when you was locked up.
I was locked up, man. Jason. Me and Jason would talk. I wouldn't call him that much because I didn't need anything or whatnot, but he's a real friend, you know what I'm saying? So we became like brothers. We sat and talked about some shit and he let me know how he felt, like, man, you know, Phil Drew inspired me, and when he told me that, it was a big thing to me because I didn't know that. But with somebody being inspired by some work that I did or put down, it was a big thing. So he came through, and I called him from the penitentiary, and he was like, "Man, damn, I need to get you in the movie. Can you do this and that and the third?" So I said, "Look, I can do a video visit." With a young lady I was dealing with at the time. She set up the video visit. PESO and Jason shot over to the house on the laptop, on the Labby Davis with the camera on there. And I was talking to them live, you dig what I'm saying, on the video visit, man, off the JPay. That's what I done been through. That's just one streak of my testimony. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we was able to it got me I got my Hustle Up movie, and I was able to share the screen with some other people that y'all watching right now. So it was a big blessing, man. My partner got me in the Fuck Child Support animation movie as well. My name is Buff Daddy. I'm on there, so y'all check that out. That's streaming on Tubi right now. Fuck Child Support. Shouts out to my nigga Jason. But
I love the drop. I love the plugs, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Just trying to. It don't cost nothing to plug a motherfucker.
Nah,
That's
it
what
don't.
People don't understand, and a lot of people won't sit back. I just had this talk with one of my cousins today. Yeah, and he got on Twitter talking about everything ain't for the internet. Now let me explain the situation to you. Yeah, he has a clothing line, and I won't say anything but that he has a clothing line. But I've bought several of his items, more than several. Had a young lady pull up with her debit card, drunk off the bottle. Hey, baby, I want some. Okay, boom, we doing it right there in his house. My shit came out. I gave him a shirt, and then I had to drop cuz that never come through to purchase. Now, my thing was this. Only reason I felt the way I felt because he and I deem him to be close to me. Right. Okay, I deem him to be close to me. So what I did is kind of like this. This is why I looked at it. You know, a motherfucker could come home from the penitentiary and you'll have a nigga been out here 12 or 13 years and he will not gravitate towards nothing or won't have any kind of motion. Motion don't mean you selling dope, or motion mean you going to work, you going to school, you got something going on to where you're gravitating towards bettering yourself as an individual and bettering your life. Empowerment, okay?
Very simple, by the way, too.
Very simple. So very simple. So he never copped from me. Mind you, I supported him. A motherfucker can say this, that, or the third. I supported you. I spent money with you, and that was that. He didn't spend with me. So I had to have a conversation with him and tell him how I felt about it. The only reason I did that because I deemed him to be close, but I felt it was some hate because I came with the little merch and they kind of did well for me. It took off. I had quality merch. The prints were quality, the shirts, and people did gravitate towards it, and I wind up selling out. Did I get cocky? No, it made me more confident. I don't got my C's mixed up. So with that being said, I just felt like your own people won't sometimes even gravitate towards you, show you no love or nothing like that. And he told me, what you waiting on? I wanted to talk to him about the merch and stuff because he's younger. Yeah. And he was like, what you waiting on? Shit. Well, he was playing the game. And I went on ahead and put my best foot forward and invested my money where my mouth was. You get what I'm saying?
Because it's never a perfect time to do it.
It's never a perfect time to do it. But I inspired him and I told him, cuz, whatever you need to do to get started, I help you. But guess what, man? I still love him the same. But I look at the situation different. Even though you being young, how you gonna let young let that? How long are you going to let you being young be an excuse for follow-ups, fleeps, and or blunders? Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I totally get it.
So, I still love you, cuz, but you know you was on some bullshit. You know you didn't cop. You know you all online. He gonna say I shared your shit. And I got kind of irritated because I'm like, no cockiness. I'm like, I got one of the niggas selling the most merch in the city. No disrespect to nobody else. My nigga Chris Mack, like a little brother to me, right? He shared my shit. We do business together. I spend with him. He spend with me. So listen, if anybody can, if we can support each other and keep the dollar circulating amongst people that call themselves entrepreneurs and they moving, acting like it's shaking and showing like it, then man, you can do that, man. It don't cost nothing to do these certain things. But guess what? Just keep in mind, the same way you want to be supported when you're doing your business, other people want to be supported as well.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Is it my turn? Nah, I'm playing.
I'm down there. I'm down there guest hosting. Co-host.
Co-host. G Field. Nah, we can make that run though. But nah. So, what made you so like just analytical with your thoughts of like, you know, you are very precise on how you maneuver, whether it's clothing, the music, your image. You know, we ran into you. grabbing a cup of coffee, and then you was still just in line with like, yo, this is me. You know what I mean? Because some people might think like it's like a character, but it's like, no, this is really Field though. But
right, yeah.
But
people didn't know me. Go ahead. People.
No, wait. So the question was though, what made you just so anal of like, bro, I got to do everything right and it got to come out right? Like, what did that develop from, and what time frame?
Well, I'm gonna be honest, man. I kind of got that from I kind of like really from. I just want to say like from my dad. I want to say, man, God bless my dad, and he's in this charm. He's in this charm.
Yeah, we're gonna get a close up on that.
He's in this charm. Him, my daughter, and
was that 4-leaf clover?
This is a hibiscus flower.
Oh, my apologies.
Because they're not. No, it's fine. They're not dead. They're physically not here, but they're spiritually, I feel like, still blooming and blossoming, and I still draw inspiration. I still draw a lot of things from them. Sight, thoughts. Like I just said, they inspire me. So I feel like they still are. They still with me
you
spiritually.
Yeah,
so I wanted them to be in the flower. So this was a concept that.
And they lived through you.
Yeah, they lived through me.
Yeah.
So what was the question? I got that from my dad, and I think that like when I was growing up, I played baseball, and my dad was like hands-on with me. You know what I'm saying? He would get my glove, show me how to break it in. He was the coach, so I could play different positions, and it wasn't no favoritism. I had to work and be good. I had to work on my fielding. I had to know how to get down in front of the ball and stop it, catch shit with two hands that might be going over the fence.
Yeah.
Like he would work with me real intricately on that, right? And he would always tell me I got really good, right? And some shit wound up happening to where my dad went to the Fed joint, and then I kind of like swayed my way into the streets a little bit because he wasn't there to. I don't want to blame him, but we had this talk, and he watching down because I'm doing better now for myself. But I kind of got the intricateness from him. Pops was that same type of person. Like, guess what somebody said? I posted a picture of Pops, and it's this picture. And he got some Louis Vuitton hat on, and I think I seen that. Yeah. And so somebody was like, I see where you get it from. Somebody like made a comment like that, and I'm like, damn, it made me feel good because I'm like, yeah, I love my dad. I always wanted to be like him. I always wanted to take some of his game. He was always fly, kind of flashy. He was like into jewelry, into cars, clothes, houses. He taught me how to go to the bank and get your credit together and how you can go in there and get a signature loan. He told me one day, he said, listen, he said, I can go in the bank right now off my signature. The bank manager is my partner, but my credit good. I can go in there and get this, and this with my signature right now.
And this when you was young.
I was younger, man. He had got me my first bank account, actually. He had got me my first bank account, man. It was like First National Bank or something like that, West Town. I'll never forget he opened me up an account back then. But I got my intricateness and the way I pay attention to detail and the way I move and stuff. I got most of part of that from my dad, amongst other family members that was around. I got big older cousins that gave me some game. You know what I mean? I don't want to get to dropping no names, but shout out to all my family. So I got my family with me. They on my neck. They on my chest. They hanging with me, you know? And that's just the thing with that, man. I feel like it's cool to be that way.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being that way. Some people want to be janky. Some people want to come out like, okay, if you ain't got on no new gym shoes, wipe your shit off. Yeah. If you ain't at work, if you comb your hair, man. Don't come with the bonnet on in public. That's just how I was raised.
Yeah,
like, I mean, you got the house coat on and it's for the house.
Yeah. But that's the way I maneuver too. Like I always, people think it's being extra, but it's like, I gotta wake up and I gotta like tie my shoes right. I can't just go out like, just looking like whatever, just standing apart from, just from the regular public. Like when you understand how you got to maneuver and everything like that, then it's embedded in you. Which that sound like what Pops did is unknowingly he embedded that in you, but he gave you gems at the same time though.
And then I had grandfathers, and of course I had aunties and my grandmother. So I got a lot of I think they were all like dressing nice and into having nice stuff, and we were going out to eat when I was young. Like my grandmother would take us. I don't have the charm on today with my grandparent, but I have both. I have my maternal and my paternal grandmothers, and another charm that I had customized. And really, what this is about to me, I'm about family. Like I wouldn't get a Tech 9, no disrespect to nobody else. I wouldn't get nothing else that represented something else. Like I would have to get something to represent me, what I'm about, or my family. That's just how I was raised. As flawed as I am, I done been to hella family reunions that my family done hosted, man. We done been all over with this. We done been Akron. We done been Cleveland. We done been H-Town. We done been everywhere. You know, my family is really important to me. And a lot of the elders in our family have died off or are dying off. So it's the responsibility of us youngsters to keep this tradition going. To
Absolutely.
make sure the little cousins know the older cousins, and make sure the little cousins get to hang out. Because that's what
we the ones that got to start planning family reunions.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But like my family played a big part of my life, man. Even some of the ones that I just had to talk about, they played a major part of my life. And Lil Cuz showed me some stuff. But like I said, man, I have to talk about these things because they are to be talked about. That's what I'm here for.
It molded you. It made you.
It shaped and molded me, man. Even the things that I went through, as far as the fakery, you know, it taught you to be like, damn, your own family. Like I remember my auntie. I have an aunt, and she's into real estate. Like, well, she was into real estate, and right now she's retired, and she's like helping out all kind of older people, like just people that she know. And I don't know if she get paid for it or not. Ain't no telling, but I don't get in her business like that. But guess what she told me? She said, man, listen, sometimes your family will be the first ones to play you, and most of the time you have to love some of them from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think she had like one of my cousins staying in her house. I don't know which one at one time years back, and they didn't want to pay no rent. Young shit. Yeah. They're probably better with it now. But she was just like, man, she like, all I do for people, I get this. But you know, yeah, I'm here to talk about it, man. Y'all lucky I ain't saying y'all motherfucking names. Because y'all done went around and said some shit about me. Like, well, Garfield doing this. Y'all don't know what the fuck I was doing then. Y'all was just assuming. But guess what? My daddy told me this. He said, when you're doing something, they gonna be saying something. So no matter what's going on, man, when your name get to being said, you need to look ahead, and you need to be worried when your name is not being said.
God damn, we're gonna clip that. I got a personal question though, because you know, I met you later on in life as well, when a lot of things was happening. But you know, that time when you got your freedom taken away, man, what was like one of the biggest things that you learned, like being incarcerated? Like,
man, one of the biggest things I learned, man, was discipline, and you have to respect every man in there the same way you want to be respected. You get what I'm saying? That's just what I learned, man. Like, I think somebody said that in the rap song, Finesse 2 times. He said, I'm humble, but ain't no hoe in me. So you have to learn that when you in there, because you got, not only you got inmates, most of the time you can deal with that, but you have COs. And a lot of them were taught to deal with people a certain kind of way. They were taught not to believe you. They were taught to straight be hard with you. And then you have some that you can break. And then you got some that's still going to do what they going to do, right? But what I did learn was patience, man. I learned patience, and I learned that if somebody stays down for you while you're incarcerated, no matter in what form or fashion, they have some type of love for you. Like if a person came through the motherfucking doors to visit you and got searched and got talked to crazy, or got treated like they may have been in jail, they love a motherfucker if they went through that for you. You feel me?
Yeah.
If a motherfucker was taking their hard-earned money, no matter how they went about getting it, and was sending it to you, or was doing things to make sure you had stuff in there, or to make sure you was able to call the phone, get a cell phone, whatever it was, you need to know that they loved you and they didn't have to do shit for you, because a lot of times when you be in them positions, people don't owe you.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, though, what you just ended with. Like, people don't owe you. But for them to put themselves in a position to make sure they care for you with, you know, it's kind of like a pay it forward in a sense. Mm-hmm. They see some good in you, and you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Man.
And that was the biggest thing I learned. Another thing was, like, you got good COs and you got bad COs, and I'm going to leave it at that.
I believe it. I mean, we watching no TV or reality shows. I understand, like, these motherfuckers who just.
But I'm saying you got some real good ones though. You got some that's gonna do their job. They're gonna be good. You got some that's gonna be the police. See, it's the difference between police and COs, but they all kind of like, goddamn it, are up under the same umbrella, so to speak. If you get me.
Yeah.
But you have good ones and you have bad ones, man. Like, and I ran into both, you know. But I'm glad that you touched on that, man. You don't want to lose your freedom. So if you're doing something that you could possibly lose your freedom for, you need to rethink it, because I'm telling you, it's somewhere that you don't want to be. You don't want to go through that. You don't want to be away from kids. If you have kids, you don't want to be away from any loved ones. Hell, you just want to be free to be able to do what you're doing right now, like me. To be here, to come here at what time I want to leave and eat what I want, smoke, drink, do what I want. That's the whole thing about it. Thanks for asking me that, man. And like I said, y'all remember that.
Nah, they need to hear that though.
Yeah.
All right.
It's nothing wrong. We got a couple more minutes. There's nothing wrong with being yourself or being what we call regular. Don't get tricked by this internet shit. I'm a regular nigga. I am a regular individual, man. I just get up and make the moves that I tend to want to make. Like, you got people that don't believe in themselves. I got people that I believe in right now that don't believe in themselves, and they will give you an excuse why. They'll tell you to do something that they won't do. So I'm just saying, so just remember that. What I want to talk about, I ain't taking over, but it's really important. It's really important for people to know this, right? Like I said before, Ian, man, don't get tricked by that internet lifestyle. See, I'm from the Tupac era. I'm from the Sailor Mall era. But that means I'm from an old school era, but I have embraced the new school age, era, and the technology. I actually love it. But you have to use it for what it needs to be used for. Like, I put some shit on Twitter, and I said, are you using your phone to get money, or are you just scrolling? Some people might have thought I meant like taking the call to make a drug transaction sale or whatever. That's not what I meant. What I meant was I'm got merch. I'm selling it off my phone. I'm getting Apple Pays. I'm getting Cash Apps. I'm receiving it different ways. I'm using my phone to get money. I have an eBay account. I'm selling shit on there. I have a website. I'm selling shit. All of it comes through my phone. So when I'm on my phone, not every single minute of the 24-hour day I'm not getting money, but I do use my phone to get money. So once you figure out how to do that, you should be okay. Because I'm sure that PESO got ways that he recording people, coming through, engineering tracks, whatever it may be, going to shoot a movie with people down in the A. So when he's on his phone in the airport, he's using his phone to go to a job to get some money.
Yep.
That's what. And so you need to figure out. Everybody has to find their way.
But why you think it's so hard for people to figure it out?
I think that
because you explain it in a way that it's like, to us it's like it's easy. It's like, all right, I know how to set up a play to where when I'm offline for like 3 hours on a flight, when I land, I already got everything situated or whatever. Or like you said, like, man, shout out to my man's Nails though, because he was like, P, bro, you got $1 million plus money in your Rolodex. And it's just like, why do you think like people treat it so hard to just like, at this point, everybody's saying it, the news and everything is like, bro, we in the richest state of like how, the century is with money. Like, success is too convenient. You can actually do everything on your phone from your crib in Dayton, Ohio, whatever the case is. So why do you think why you think it's so hard for other people to like grasp that? Man,
people are sitting back, not taking action. You have to take course, and you have to stay the course, and you have to take action. I mean, if you're sitting around on your phone all day scrolling, you out to eat, you scrolling. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker come over to your house and supposed to be visiting you, you're scrolling. Right. You're scrolling. What part of you scrolling is attached to you making something happen or gravitating towards your business, your goals, your dreams, or your objectives?
Say it.
Which part is that? Because what I had to do, let me tell you how I started out. I took some old ass designer clothes and I just put them on eBay. I gave some shit away. I had some other stuff. So guess what happened? It just started pinging. This was well over a year ago. I got hella items sold. I got a 100% rating. All I'm trying to say, that was just something I thought of. I'm like, damn, I got a whole bunch of shit. I got shoes. I got this. I put everything on that bitch that I wasn't going to fuck with no more. Gave a lot of shit away. Boom. It started coming through. Am I living off of that? No. Is it a subsidiary type of income that I like to come in? Yes. Yeah. I be looking for shit to put on there now. Like, damn, they like everything on there. Bath and Body Works, motherfucking colognes, sprays. They like everything.
People don't know what they want until you show them.
Yeah. And listen, you got certain people that only shop on there. Right. You got certain people that only want things that are used. You got certain people that want things that are brand new. So you have to have both. It's all about what you, but this is just one thing that I'm touching on to let you know like how I be in this motherfucking phone and how I set it up to do that. But the same thing with my website. When I started this merch line to commemorate my daughter's life, legacy, and memory, right? I had to think. I'm like, damn, what do I want to do? How do I want to do this? I had to think of a whole bunch of different things. I conceptualized it in my mind. I got to it in the notepad on my phone. I hollered at a couple people and got some opinions and got some insight because it's been a while since I had my merch. We're talking about 07, 08, 06. And so, boom, the materials are different. The print, the applications are different. The way, the
filling, the stitching.
Yeah, now we into vintage garments and clothing, and the way that the tees fit are different. I don't want athletic cut tees.
Fit the size.
I'm into more streetwear brand, boxy, hang off the shoulders, so to speak. I'm talking about garment dye.
But that's what I'm saying, man. Like, you such an advocate of like you know what the public want.
Well, it's from me being a quality driven type of person. Like, I just drive and thrive off of shit being quality.
Yeah, I mean,
like when I came in here, didn't I say I like this space?
Yeah,
this is a quality space.
Yeah,
I said that. I said, man, this is a quality space. I like this. I like the setup. I like the way it feel. I like the way it look. You know, and that's important to make a person feel welcome, to make a person feel comfortable.
And one thing with the merch too, real quick, clothing line in a sense too as well. But it's like
the same thing.
One thing I heard was just like you don't want nobody to feel like a walking billboard.
Well, and you know what? That's the thing. Like, I had to figure out. See, with me, let me. Since we gonna touch on the merch real quick. What I did, man, I sat back and thought, I can give you the recipe, but your sauce might not come out the same. Always remember that, okay? I can give you the recipe, but your sauce might not come out the same. So what I'm telling you is I went on ahead and got my merch, and I told myself this. I said, I want this to kind of be like, I took a Chanel Louis Vuitton approach. I'm like, I don't want no cheap tees. I don't want no off-the-rack tees. I wanted cut and sew. I wanted this. I wanted the tag. I want people to know it's mine. I want people that didn't know care to be able to gravitate towards it and like it because of how it looked, how it felt, and what it represented. You know what I mean? Because you got some people that's just like, oh, I like that print. People tell me that, man, I like the way it feel. Man, I washed it. It didn't shrink. People tell me this. This is important. Now, what I did was I said I wanted mine to be limited edition. I wanted it to be limited because when it's limited, everybody's going to want it.
Yeah. High demand.
Like the retros. It's like these retros. You ain't gonna be able to get them when it.
But you gotta stand. You gonna stand in line for it.
When it hits sneakers.com, you gotta be on your phone. You gotta be. Everybody ain't gonna get a pair. They're limited pairs.
So you was heavy on East Bay.
Heavy on East Bay. Heavy on all this shit. But I'm saying that to say, I want people to know. That's why I went with mine. I wanted mine to be limited. I wanted it to be
not just
I wanted it to be a cut above the rest. I wanted it to be cutting edge. I wanted it to be vintage, and at the same time in your face.
But it's something to appreciate. Like, I mean, I got on my marathon Nipsey, RIP Nip. And when I bought this was actually taxing for a top and bottom. But when I bought it,
I like it. I like it. Listen, can I tell you something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I pay attention to this.
The detail.
This is the silicone.
Yeah.
This is a silicone tag. This is trending right now.
Look at that.
No, I know. Hold on. Listen, I'm going there.
Yeah.
This is trending right now. We got this right here that they probably can't see. Yeah. We got this. We got this up here. We got the lining on here. All of this is what you need to be paying attention to when you fucking with clothing, and you need to know that it's quality. I'm not fucking with nothing janky, man.
But for me to purchase it. And knowing, like, I bought this like maybe like 3 years ago, and it's some of the simple things that I keep up, like when you get a Pelly or something like that. It's just like, bro, like you invest in it because you know the quality you pay for, and it's like, bro, this is gonna more so appreciate in time rather than depreciate.
Thank you.
So I totally get it all, and people need to understand that, like, bro, if you're trying to create a brand for yourself, don't get the jersey shirts or whatever it is, the quick little shirts. Like, man, go with the quality cotton. If you want to hug your body, whatever.
Thank you. And see, my thing, I'm glad that you brought that up because That's what I didn't want. I didn't want the athletic cut shirt. This is not. This is not.
No, this is back though. This is
fashion. This is not the athletic cut, but this is a little
it's vintage, bro.
It's vintage, and as you can see, they're numbered.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to this after. This is
the hardwood. That's the hardwood classic vibe.
That's the hardwood classic vibe.
Yep.
And it says what number? And actually, I'm number 48 of 60 with this long sleeve.
Yeah, and I'll be getting that long sleeve after he dry clean it.
He probably gonna get him another one because we're gonna get him his right size.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
And we have new merch coming. I have to look at my emails, but it's en route without a doubt. Okay, it's en route. Yeah, we got new merch. We have short sets that's coming. KBCapsuleCollection.com is the website. It is up. It's
we'll put the link. Protected. We'll put link in the description.
In the description on the bitch. We're gonna do that. And I just want y'all to know, man, we have merch on there. We're gonna have a lot of things included, but not limited to clothing. We're gonna have accessories on there. We're gonna have some coffee mugs. We're gonna have some nice water bottles, nice the Ketty type bottles, man. Keep your drink cold all day. You know, branded by us.
It means a lot.
Yeah, it does mean a lot because I think it should be more than just clothes. Some people are into novelty items, socks, caps, things of that nature.
Yeah. So so kind of like shifting a little bit. You know, obviously, I don't want to say the clothing line is what it's inspired from, but it's more so, you know, she's living on forever of why you created the clothing. Well, this specific brand in a sense, but I mean, I ain't no other way to ask you, man. But just losing your daughter, man. Like, how did you get through that? If you are, I can cut this out if you want to, but
no, it's cool.
But how did you get?
It's nothing's off limits, man.
I don't want to relive the moment.
Well, no, it's not.
No. But hear me out though. I don't want to relive the moment. But I just want to. I just want people to understand. Like, a lot of people don't go through like losing somebody like that. All you know what I mean? Like, but it's like, bro, how did you cope with it? How did you get through that?
Man, like it is every day is different, man, and it's one day at a time. And I have not gotten through it as the time has went on. It's been like 2 years and 2 months. So what I've done is you know, I kind of drown myself in things. Like I drown myself into being creative. I drown myself in working out in the gym. I drown myself with my work, my daily work that I do, you know, my occupation. And I drown myself in these things, and what normally happens is I just draw inspiration from her. When I hear like a song, or I see her picture, or like I see her on the shirt like this, that's really like dope and nicely and designed by myself and created by me. So I kind of like keep myself busy, and I know that she wouldn't want me sitting around moping, crying, or you know, I have those moments. And I had them a lot, like up until recently, until I started working out, dealing with therapy, you know, like I said, just being creative and coming up with ideas and coming up with entrepreneurial ways to get paid. You feel me? Because that's what she would be on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So she would be on some shit like, Dad, don't blow it. You feel me? She would be like, Dad, come on, man, don't blow it. You know, like, so that's just her. And she liked to stay fly, so I think that it's safe to say that I helped shape and mold her style, buying her different things, taking her shopping, spending a lot of time with her. So I just think that, you know, she would want me to carry on in this way, and then a lot of people that know her would like to carry on in that way as well. And other people that didn't know her, once they hear the story, and once you go online, once we open the website up, and once you read this mission statement that I put together, that I created, that I wrote totally myself, you'll be able to spiritually connect with her and how she was and who she was as a person. And that's my whole intention, because we're going to take it further than the merch and the line of clothing that boldly signifies her. It's called the KB Capsule Collection. So a capsule collection, when it comes to clothing,
tell them about it.
It's a few key pieces of clothing that's in the wardrobe. It's a few key pieces. That's what capsule collection means when you're talking about clothing.
And it's very rare.
And it's very rare. It's very rare. So we're going to keep it fair. So that's why I have on-hand merch. I have online merch. You know what I mean? For my people that's out of town. And you got to think like this. I have people that I know that deal with me. And Jakara had her own set of friends. She had her own relationship with family members and friends and my friends and people that she affectionately referred to as her uncle because they're like brothers to me.
Right.
So it's like that's her own relationships that she spearheaded and popped off with. And her personality was her own, but it was drizzled with me all throughout. And anybody that knows her will say that. And that's why I did the clothing, because when you look at her pictures or whatever, she loved to get fly. And she been like that since she was a little girl. She was openly a member of the LGBTQ community. Okay?
I love how you got that off.
So, like, when you say these things, like, she loved everybody, all people, man. You know, she was a people person. So, like, I have to just have something to commemorate her memory and her life and to carry it on. So it's going to be like that. Like I said, we're not going to stop here. Next is the nonprofit organization where we will be helping out inner city youth, because I feel like this is what she would do and this is what she would want done.
Absolutely. So is it, do you have a team of people that's helping you with that, or is it just you right now that's like pushing everything forward?
Well, I have people that give me game. I will say that. I will never act like it's me by myself.
Because it's a tough thing it's a tough thing, obviously, to do by yourself. I'm sorry to cut you off. No, but at the same time, though, you know, you got a huge message that you're getting across, and you coming off very sophisticated with it. And people need to understand, like, everybody's not doing it by themselves. Like, it's some type of form of help or support that's going to be behind it, though. And back to what you were saying, though. So.
Well, see, I'm glad that you implemented that, and we want to touch on that. We want to touch on that deeply. You dig?
Absolutely.
Now, what happens is I got people that's been close to me, and they won't give you no game. Why?
Because they're afraid.
Because they're afraid. But guess
they're afraid you're gonna level up on them.
Exactly. So what happens with this game with me? I'm not holding no game back from someone that I know is serious about taking the game and running with it and creating what they need to create
in a positive manner.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So with that being said, if I sat up here and say that I did everything by myself, that's like saying LeBron went out there by himself without four other members on the team. No matter how many points he scored, no matter how good he was as a single-handed player, he never goes out there on the court alone. He always have four other players, regardless of what level of play that they're reaching. Okay, we just know right here, right now, nobody's doing nothing alone. Like, I'm not on this podcast by myself. We have the camera, it's on the tripod, we have the mixer, and we have the mics. So we're not alone. This all is what brought us together, and
that's a fact.
It's what the people's gonna see, and this is all.
But this is what they need to hear, though.
Yeah, like, it's all. And guess what, man? I hate when people be like, it's cool to say I don't owe nobody or something like that, but to be saying you did it by yourself, man,
it's impossible.
That's like me saying I sold the shirts by myself. I had people like Chris Mack calling my phone like, hey, OG, where you at? Bruh, I'm over here. Bring me a small down here. I got somebody that want to cop right now. We do that for each other.
Right.
We do that for each other. So therefore, man, you can do a lot of things by yourself, but I did get game. I did get game from people, and I took the game and I did what I needed to do with it in a positive fashion. And the same thing with the nonprofit organization. I got some game on how to do that. People told me, make yourself the board chairman. Make sure you got your people in place. I had people that gave me game, and I'm like, damn, like I knew from a business standpoint, but they gave me some other type of game for something else that other people wouldn't even give you, and it would lead you to a whole nice legitimate bankroll.
Absolutely.
But the other people, since they print money every day with the government, how is you going to be scared to turn somebody on to some money when you already getting your own and they're not going to interfere with yours or step on your toes? You need to not do that, and you need to be like giving somebody some knowledge or some game on something if you have that to give.
I think Atlanta taught me that too, like just going into a bigger city mind state. It's just like when I went down there, it was, videographers is all on their shit, and then they wasn't holding back or afraid to like let me, be on scene with them. Like, what y'all working with? Like, like what kind of lights is these or whatever though? Because they just like feeding it forward like shit. Like it's enough money for all us to do this shit though.
Man, just like when I see you on them sets, I always like the pictures. I always let it be known. I don't like calling the motherfucker's phone when I know you down there working or doing whatever. Yeah. Because I know what's going on and I know I'm gonna get with you. But that's what I love to see. I don't want to see nobody not doing what they don't want to do. I want to see you doing what you set out to do. And I'm going to congratulate you and I'm going to commend you on that. Why would I not do that? That's just how I was raised. I wasn't raised with no hate in my heart, but I was raised to tell the truth. So when the nigga telling the truth about one of you bitches or one of you niggas, excuse my language, don't say that it's some bullshit or this, that, and the third. Like when I'm coming to you, telling you the truth about you, not no internet.
Nah, hold on. I didn't go live. Keep going.
I didn't go live. I didn't go live, and I didn't go live to try to slander you. And then I came to you as a man, and as a woman or a man, whoever I came to, you're supposed to be able to respect the fact that I came to you and told you how I felt about you. This was me and you. This wasn't no audience. This wasn't on film. This wasn't nothing. The phones wasn't out. A lot of people can't take that.
Nah, in fact, I mean, and I was gonna say too, that's why I appreciate you a lot of how you are a significant person to me, of being transparent, because you have, I'll be honest, like you have put me in my place when I was at a low, and then we've been to Miami with each other, and just doing here in the city,
but everything always be good.
But you transparent.
And I've always admired. Hold on, let me say this real quick.
Go ahead.
Cut you off. I've always admired the work. Like I fucked with the cameras before the DSLR wave.
Yeah.
He'll tell you that.
Yeah, for sure.
But he told me what a 50 millimeter lens was and showed me what it did.
Yep.
So it's kind of like why would I not say this though? Like what type of nigga would I be?
But your transparency, like you said, like when you put me in my place at one point, it was like, damn, you right.
But it was in a proper positive fashion.
But that's why I couldn't be mad at it. Yeah.
And guess what? Guess what? Can I be honest?
Yeah.
If I was to say anything else, I wouldn't be filled. That was me or you, and we don't even need to talk about exactly what it was. You told me, you said I need to talk about that too. But guess what? I've always been like that, and I need people to be like that with me.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the only way you're gonna pull forward. Like, I'll be allowed to say I didn't learn nothing from that quick. I think I was on set. Matter of fact. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. But the transparency, like if you can't really, if it's real, the truth gonna hurt. It's just how you accept it and how you deal with it. Man, we going in right now. Man, what's next for G Field, man?
Well, what's next, man? I got some shit going on, kind of like I don't really want to speak on it, but it's real positive. And it's like I just really signed some papers yesterday to kind of finalize this. So I want to come back once it's on and popping and going.
You can come back anytime you want.
Yeah, I want to come back. I want to
come
back and speak on that. And I'm probably going to have some opportunities that will be afforded and available to others if everything goes right.
Yeah.
What they say, man, if I make the right motherfucking play, if everything go right, you might not see me no more. Might be some shit like that, but no, the real talk. All legitimate, all in the good faith. I don't mind turning someone on or delegating with someone about anything that they may need to know that I'm going. So what's next for me? Like I said, I got a couple things that I just don't want to speak on it right now, because it's not finalized, but we're in the final stages, okay? But it's not been finalized. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
I want to make shit make sense. I don't want to sit up here and make shit tense.
Yeah. Hey, one more question though before we leave out, man. Just your state on the city of Dayton.
Well, the city, man, I love the city. I do. And I grew up in a time where everything was thriving. I want to see it back thriving, like 3rd Street, like Salem Avenue. There's so many like empty grocery stores and these niggas online showing all this money. Why y'all niggas ain't buying none of these houses? And why y'all ain't investing in the real estate?
Talk that talk,
I mean,
right.
why y'all ain't doing that? Like everybody on here, you got this money, you flashing it, you talking about you got it, and this, that, and the third, bro. They got this shit out here for the dummy low. I got the realtors. I fuck with Michi Hines. I can plug you with a couple different type of motherfuckers if you need to get plugged in. Like, listen, man. Listen, we know you getting money. That's fine if you saying it online, okay? All right, that's cool. But we don't believe you. I don't need to be flashing no motherfucking money at 44 years old. I don't need to do this shit when I'm young. Take the money and do something with it, my nigga.
Yeah.
Take the money and do something positive with it if you getting some money. And realize if you was doing something wrong, that is a stepping stone. You ain't gonna be wanting to be doing the wrong shit when you in the wheelchair, or if you got to get cared for. How you gonna do wrong then?
Facts.
So my thing is like, it's cool if you have to go through a certain stage or state in your life. I don't knock that at all. I've been through mine. But what I'm saying is, man, it's all about, you know, y'all motherfuckers is getting online and y'all let it take over, man. Y'all let it take over. You see this shit online and you want everything instant like a microwave. I don't understand how the young guys want to ride around in stolen cars. Like, I might want to get my dick sucked. I might want to do anything in a car, behind tent. Excuse my language. I'm just being honest. This is the Dreamers Podcast. We can do this here.
Yeah, we be transparent.
The thing is this. Why would you want to be subjected to being pulled over, pulled out the car, charged with the crime that you can potentially go to jail for? I don't know what it would be. Receiving stolen property, grand theft auto. I don't know what the charge would be. But listen, bro, you can just work and save your money and go get your own. Go get your own Scat Pack. Go get your own Hellcat. All you have to do is put the work in. Yeah. All you have to do is be qualified to do whatever it is you feel like you want or you set out to do, and you can get what you want. It's just going to take a little time. See, the internet have you thinking that you can get it like noodles on the instant, 3 minutes. It don't work like that.
You know what they call Instagram now?
What?
IG, instant gratification.
Instant gratification.
Yeah,
God damn it.
Totally different.
See,
totally different.
See, that's why we right here. That's why we right here having this conversation.
Yeah.
This conversation rules the nation. And
you know what?
IG gangsters.
But look though,
instant gratification.
But real talk though. I just shouts out to College Rich. I just have my homies on here, and I told them though they give me my flowers. Like, I would never call myself the GOAT. Like, if people say it, cool, but I'm like, bro, you know how long it took for me to actually be like considered a GOAT? I've been doing this shit for damn near like 20 years now, and not even this. It's just everything that led up to it.
I remember, man, when you was like, man, we need to do a mixtape. G, you don't even remember. I was on my music shit tough, and I'm thinking at the time, I think you did Booter. Did you do Booter's tape?
I did. I think 3 or 4 free Booter, by the way, but I think I did 3.
Yeah, free Chief.
I did.
Free Chief.
I think I did 3 Booter tapes.
Well, the thing with that was I remember your engineering days. I remember Route 4 right there going into Route 4. Right
Germantown, Dayton Liberty in Germantown.
That house right there.
Yeah.
And
shouts out Railroad.
And
too.
shouts out Rail, because Rail was coming through.
Yeah.
And Rail turned me on and shit. And y'all was turned at the time. Booter, Icy, you know what I'm saying? Real.
It was going up.
Yeah, it was going up, man. And that was a time to be alive as well as involved.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying? Like if you was back then, man, you know you could make it happen. Niggas can make it happen now, but what's the internet then got a little bit more, it ain't got a little bit more worse now.
Yeah.
Like you said, instant gratification.
Yeah.
But my thing is, guess what? Like I said, I love the internet, man. But I want you to know this. You can do a lot from behind the keyboard, but you can do a lot when you out here moving around as well. Because guess what? I was at Slutty Vegan in the A.
In the A, yeah.
I was at Slutty Vegan in the A, and I had one of my partners' hoodies on, Chris Mack, the Mac brand, right? Soon as I go in, soon as I walk in, dude said, "Hey, man, I like that hoodie." He like, especially the top line, the top words say educated. I turned around, I said, "This is my partner's brand. He graduated from Central." He said, "What? What?" Now, he graduated from Central too. The guy I was talking to, and I was with one of my other partners, Tony Dunson. Shout out to Tony Dunson. He graduated from Central. So he was there. He my witness. They like, "Look, man." So I'm like, "Look, follow my dude on Instagram. Get his website, lock it in. and I'm gonna lock y'all in. We coming down here for a pop-up shop April 1st, April 2nd. Come and fuck with us. We got y'all. We gonna look out.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to spend a little money, but we're gonna look out, right? I told them this, so I'm like, we will be back. So they're like, oh man, they wanted some merch right then. They wanted some merch right then and there. That's how powerful shit be. But guess what? I'm saying this to say that that's just what it be with me, man. My energy, my vibes, they kind of carry on. Like I came in there with the positive vibes popping it, and they felt that energy, and they got back with me, and we kinetically was able to exchange information. And we was able to get them on our station all the way in the A. So I'm in the A with this shit. And then they like, damn, where y'all from? And this, and the third. So we going to be down there for a pop-up April 1st to April 2nd, man.
April 1st, April 2nd. Well, I'll make sure I put that out too as well.
It's called the Atlanta Street. Well, I'm gonna send you the flyer. I want you to put the flyer.
Nah, yeah, we gonna pop it up. You know,
because you gotta think, man. That's coming up.
Nah, we gonna put that out though. Man. So Phil, man, we politic a lot. I feel like we gonna have a part 2 coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely just
want to say,
bro, you did amazing, bro. Like
thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Like,
I just want to make it good. It's one thing to have me on here and be on here with you, but it's one thing for me to properly represent what you represent. And to properly come on here and be appropriate and proper. It's not about like just me. Like I think that you got me on here as your guest, but I think it's about. I
knew what I was doing when I got you on here.
Yeah.
I knew that. Like I said, it's dreamers welcome, bro. It's transparency, it's honesty, and it's like I said, I appreciate you even being open about talking about your daughter, RP. Yeah. And you know, I just need people to understand that, man. Like, you know, everybody go through a lot, and you know, you got to be mindful of like they are going through something, like, and then you know what the way you like get through it, man. I think that's the biggest thing with it, man. So we got a part.
I appreciate that. We're gonna come back for part 2 and
wait real quick because we got like maybe like a minute and a half. What's a good quote or a piece of advice that you live off of?
A good quote and a piece of advice.
Good quote or a piece of advice.
The quote that I'm living off of right now, man. I ain't gonna hate on the bitch and I ain't gonna wait on the bitch.
God damn it. This nigga is the E40 a day, bro. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God, man. This nigga, man. Look,
well,
bro.
Yeah, I mean that's just what we doing right now because I'm in the motherfucking Moves Media
man,
Lounge.
I love it. Yeah,
the
Moves Media Lounge for sure.
Moves Media Lounge.
Yo, come to Moves Media, man. But I love that you comfortable here. I love that you was able to just be transparent and yeah, man. Dreamers Welcome Podcast. Please keep on dreaming, and we out this bitch.
We out.
Dreamers Welcome Podcast.